He of red. At one point, Father Garces found himself alone, separated from his guides, abandoned and left to die in the desert. He was discovered and rescued by the Mojave Indians occupying this area. They nursed him back to health, and he passed the name of this river along to the Mojave Indian tribe. And to this day, it is still known as the Colorado River. Now, it is said that before the dam system was built, this river moved more sand and rock material than even the mighty Mississippi River. In fact, the Colorado River had moved 4 cubic miles of sand and sediments each 100 years, and over millions of years is known for the building of Baja, California. Baja, as you know, is that long peninsula extending from Southern California southward, creating the Sea of Cortez between Baja and Mexico. So, the Baja is nothing more than a huge sandbar made by this river over hundreds of centuries. If you've ever had the opportunity to visit the Canyonlands or the Grand Canyon and have stood there in amazement, gazing at all the carved features created by this amazing river, now you know where all the material ended up. Why down to Mexico to create another landmass? The early pioneers called this river too thick to drink and too thin to plow, and even said that no man would ever live in this God-forsaken place because it was just too dry. It would be amazing if alive today to see what has become of this desert. Back in the fall and winter months, this river was nothing more than a trickle of water. Not enough water for man or beast. Still, they came and tried their hand at living along its banks with farming and ranching. Sometimes they found themselves wiped out by the spring runoff from the mountains, the sudden flash floods. They might have felt lucky. The river dried up and changed its course, sparing the lost. There is the story of a man who lived in Yuma, Arizona. One night while he was asleep, the river up and changed its course. The next day, he was high and dry, but discovered now living in California. Or he went to bed in California and woke up in Arizona. Either way, it shows you the power of this river and the need to control it to be of use to anyone. As far as we know, there has only been one man to travel the entire length of this river from Colorado to Mexico. His name was Jamie O'Paty. He managed this trip in 1825 and 1826 while roaming this river. He succeeded where others only tried and failed. It is not unusual to occasionally have someone who grew up in Davis Camp join us on one of our cruises, telling us about their experiences growing up along this river and amazed at the changes in their childhood community. One such gentleman joined us not long ago and shared with us how they got rid of those wooden bridges. Probably not the way they would do today. They just set them on fire and burned them in place. One of them, after being set ablaze, just burned for hours, finally dropping down into the water, and continued burning as it floated down the river. It floated under one of the bridges, not yet ready to burn, and caught it on fire. In 1905, part of the Colorado River was being deliberately diverted into the Imperial Valley of California for irrigation. Due to all the sediment that year, the river changed course and flooded not only the Imperial Valley, but also the Salton Sink, turning it into the Salton Sea. You can still find that on your map today, since the runoff from the Imperial Valley still empties into the Salton Sea, now a mighty wasteland that is not fit for fish or recreation. It took 2 years and the help of the Santa Fe Railroad to rechannel the river and get it back to its normal path southward to the Sea of Cortez. Longtime residents have told us on this cruise that still today, 100 years later, they can still feel the effect of that flood and its impact on that valley. Just up ahead and on our left on the Nevada side, along the shore, is a Nevada State Park, managed by the Nevada Divisions of Wildlife. It is known as Fisherman's Access and has 1,000 free lunch ramps in the area, available to all owners. Up on the hill is a gazebo gazebo, facility, leisure catch of the day, or just a place to get in the shade. It also has a public restroom. The flagpole you see was donated by Laughlin American Legion, Memorial Day, 1992. In 2012, Mr. Don Laughlin spent $5 million to rebuild and expand Laughlin parking and a new avenue of the flag plaza. These flags are in honor of all the grounds, as you can see, are maintained with Riverside Resort. Privately owned. Well, the Riverside is allowed to use the parking lot that is also used for the state park as additional parking for their users visiting the Riverside Resort. As you will learn on this cruise, Mr. Laughlin, who owns the Riverside Resort, is a very savvy businessman and really knows how to make a good deal that is a win for everyone.
Trong này có